Good morning, Bobby Sue. How you doing? Nice to see you. I was live on YouTube itself and it went really odd on me. So I've come over to StreamYard and started all again. It's a cold on this morning. We've had a lot of frost. Next week I'll be back out and about. So I'm doing, looking for mice again. Gavin, how you doing? Yeah, it's YouTube itself went very strange on me. I couldn't do anything. Nina, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Free ride, how you doing, Ron? Huge squeaky ball. Oh, sorry, Jack. He wants to chase the ball, but he gets in the way of it. Valeria, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. That's horrible and sticky. Major Tom, nice to see you. How's you? How's things going? Joy, how you doing? Joy, how is he? I fell asleep on his live the other night. She got that stuck on her head. I think it might be stuck. I wish it would let me. Right, yeah. I wish. I'll show you in a bit. Tom, we're always here. Oh no, she's got it off, look. Jack with a scabby ball. Willow with Sam's frisbee. She's been torturing him, wanting him to chase her. Ugh. Right, I'm not picking it up again. Cheryl, good morning. It's weird saying good morning. It's cold in this morning, still got a fair bit of frost. It was a bit chilly when I got up this morning. Would you like to see what Willow has done during the night? I came down and there was no electric in the living room. I thought, Bella, how you doing? I thought, that's a bit odd. What's going on? So I went to the fuse box, put it back on, come back in the living room, and got up on the sofa with my morning cuppa. Went to press the button on the electric recliner. She's ate through live cables. See those chomp? Can you see those chomp marks in that one? Turn it that way, you might be able to see it. I can't believe that she's at the wire. Can't believe she's done it. Or that she's still in one piece and she didn't go bang. So her puppy crate is too small now. So there's a new one being ordered. Comes tomorrow, the little Madam Kirsty, you all right? Ow, that was my foot. Jack, this is disgusting. So I'm amazed because those cables were switched on at the plug. Right, Jack, that's my foot, son. It's minging. I put a shot up earlier. I was trying to record the birds. The birds today have been challenging. How are you doing? The birds today have been out in the forest singing away. And I got sat down with my cuppa. Managed to catch a bit when the dogs were running around. And then Willow, the hen, laid an egg and started off. Samira, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. And started off the chicken wave where they start clucking. It's more of a squawk. And it must be inbred to the brains because they can't stop. No matter what I do, they don't stop. Bommis, thank you for coming in. How are you? And even the roosters do it as well. They join in with the squawk and call it a chicken. Look at him on his tail. Chicken wave. Bommis, lovely to see you. How are you, Valeria? What time is it with you, Valeria? Robert, how are you doing? SB's got something on this today, so he's busy. So I came on early. My feet are freezing, the frost. Here, there's a woodpecker before close by. Last early summer, I nearly had my head taken off by a woodpecker chick that had just fled to the frost. Burning hot and 40-degree temperatures. And it's me with frost on the ground. I'm freezing my feet off. If she can't keep up, she grabs his tail. She's a little madam for it. And yesterday, I did a video in slow motion of these two play fighting. And YouTube doesn't like it. They changed the monetization to it to limited. So obviously dogs playing aren't allowed. But I like it because you can see just how muscly and patient Jack is and just what a wall of little teeth Madam is. Never stops. Oh, she nicked the ball. Yeah, she's nicked his ball. Has she? How's he not got? Oh, he's got it. Sam's going to nick the frisbee. She sees him. She'll pinch it off him. They are way, 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 way too soft for them. Cactus, you can have her. Look. That should be attached to my sofa. That's the recliner. And that's the extension socket. She's ate through live cables. How she's not gone bang, I do not know. Many moons ago, I had a rabbit. Did that behind the TV. There were sparks flying and a rabbit jumping around. And do anything. You have her for about a year until she stops being an idiot. And then I'll have her back. Annoyingly, I'm surprised she's not dead this morning or that her teeth haven't fallen out of her head. Chewing through live cables. She's mental. John, how you doing, John? He will chase that ball all day. Even in the red hot summer, he doesn't stop. Some labs, working labs, will run and work until their hearts explode, basically, and have seen it happen. Jack, I think, if he was out on the moors, he would be one of those dogs. He doesn't stop. Ever. He doesn't know when to calm it down. You see, the only dog I've ever been bitten by are collies. So I don't really like collies very much. I mean, like, yeah, it was working collies. I was on the quad bike going to feed pheasants on the moors up in the woods. And the farmer was driving some sheep through. So the collie got a hold of my leg like it would the sheep as they came through me, which was fun. Little Ridge, good morning. How you doing? Oh my God, Ron, did it not go bang? Oh, its feathers drop out. So from that point on, if the farmer was driving sheep and we were on the road with the quad bikes, you had your feet up over the handlebars to protect your legs from the sheepdogs. They fleece the sheep by grabbing them by the fur. What is that? Oh my God, she's had the spare filter off my Hoover. That is the spare filter off my Shark Hoover. Should I say it was? Get off. You are going to get hogtied. Fantastic, Willow. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. She's going to get put in a crate every night. And every time I go out, she's a chewing machine. Part of it, I think, is separation anxiety. And the other part is being a hyperactive puppy with ADHD. I'm sure she's got ADHD, you know. She's a clever little thing, but she doesn't use it in a good way. Mandy, how you doing? And Jack, when he was young, he would pinch things out of the house and he would take it onto that bank behind where I feed the birds and play with it. But I could never ever catch him doing it until one day I saw a McDonald's kids balloon floating up the steps and along the garden along there, and here it was in Jack's mouth. As you do. But he would nick mugs, mixing jugs, shoes. Sam, when he was little, he had a windowsill. Demi, how you doing? Oh, I bet that was a hyper dog as well. You all right, Demi? How's Spoony cousin? Oh, Gavin, nice one. Thank you, people. Oh, God, this ball's disgusting. But he wasn't that destructive. Sam, it was separation anxiety. He would go upstairs and sit at one window and the staff we had at the time at the other. And the windowsills ended up with half moons. And that was Sam just sat chewing them while I was out. And he would wait at that window for me coming back. Catty, how you doing? So yes, she's not going to be happy. She's getting crated. I can't take it anymore. She's had a really, 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 really good week. But that is just a chewing step too far. When I pressed the button on the sofa, I thought, maybe it's been pulled out a bit. Oh no, the wire was in 3 pieces. There is actually another piece of that. So I'm going to have to rewire it and tape it up. Sam's naturally a mouser, naturally. He can hunt them out through his ears, really, rather than smell. But I've never had, I had rats a couple of years ago. Touch wood, never since. Cheap offed a mouse in his pen, trying to share his food. The best rat and dog I had was a rescue Staffy that I had. The Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She was like a little barrel with tiny little legs on the corners. Oh, Debbie, have you got snow? And she was like that from puppy until the day she died. But she was clumsy. She was thick as 2 short planks. She rolled on her back. She struggled to get back up because her legs were so short. She was a wicked ratter. She was like lightning. I've seen in Vermont there's about 6 inches of snow so far. Oh yeah, practice. They sure do. Willow's trying to get down to Australia where Fluff and Dale are. Peter, good morning. She's been practicing. The ground. And she starts. So I got that long pit. Oh, did you hear that bang? You got that pit. Now, she came in this morning with mud all over her nose, so I presume she's been digging another. But I haven't found it as yet. Willow. Willow, get down here. She has been going through under the fence to next door, so I need to cover her up. Willow, here. What's she chasing? She's a little madam for chasing the birds as well. She's got that hunter gene. Mercy, good morning. How are you? Geordie, how you doing? You've been out with Shadrach. Have you posted it yet? Dale, good morning. I was just talking about you and Willow's digging. Lots of digging. Jack's given in. He's gone over there for a rest, look. And she's torturing him. You all right, Kirsty? Like you lot, sit down. No, Jack, I haven't. Jack, Cactus, no, I haven't. I've just got dogs and chickens, and they're all nuts. I was listening as a woodpecker, and it sounds like it's just over there. Jacob, how you doing? Morning, Jenny, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, fabulous pizza. Kirsty, did you sort your electric out? Today she's rushing for something else to pull out. Sanjay, good morning. How are you? Sanjay's lovely. He's a lovely guy, Sanjay. Watching all these birds coming through. Oh, we've got long-tailed tits in the door. Right, hang on, son. Oh, I can't zoom in because I'm on here. If you listen, you'll hear them. Hang on. No, you can't because Jack's panting. Long-tailed tits. Swap a cat for Willow. Yeah, if he's around here, they're putting in fibre broadband. What time is it where I am? Anyone UK, tell me what time it is because I can't see on here. Dale, you and Fluff have got crazy temps and I've got frost. It's just above 0. It's freezing this morning. Oh, lovely, Kirsty. Are they coming back out to sort it out? Right. That noise is a nuthatch. It's going to come down to feed us. It's just in those big trees. They are in and out, in and out, in and out for the feeders. And that's because they squirrel away food in the crevices, the bark, wherever they can find it. So when times are hard, they've got a food source. But after 30 days, they forget where they put it. Willow. Oh, yeah, there it's Sam. They forget where it is, so they start all over again. I found that they've been squirreling food away in a hanging basket. I had a load of sunflowers start growing out of a hanging basket. Very clever little birds. Valentina, how are you doing? Derry, you must have needed that. The magpies are around a lot as well, which I wish they weren't. The magpies take the chicks out of the nest, hit the eggs. So I've got jays, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful birds that sound like back. Sorry about that. So I've got jays, magpies, carrion crows and squirrels. And they all eat the little birds' eggs. They all go for the little chicks. There you go, Dale. Frost. It was a cold one last night. Do you know, Jenny, I can listen to the birds for hours. As long as I can hear the birds, I know that everything's okay. I was sat out this morning recording them. I've got about a 10-minute video. Oh, God, dogs uploading at the minute. Just the birds singing away. The blackbirds are in full voice at the minute. I love it. Oh, sorry, Pete. Sorry, Sanjay. Sanjay, have you got a spanner? Right, 2 secs. Hasn't. You've got one now. John, is the storms hitting you? Uh, I want to go up the moors next week, but I'm a bit nervous because my chest still doesn't feel right. And just got a really scratchy throat if I talk too much, like it's doing my head in now. Just want to cough, cough, cough. Yeah, Sanjay, I'm so sorry about that. I couldn't see on StreamYards that you didn't have one. Anyone else that doesn't have a spanner, shout at me, let me know, and I'll give you a wrench. Have they got any idea why it's melted, Kirsty? Finally calm it down. Oh, excellent, Kirsty. Absolutely fabulous. You've had a right mile do with it. Good. So I want to go up on the moors. I really, 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 really want to hit the moors next week when I can get out properly. But I'm a bit nervous of my chest because it's not right yet. So there's a new crate getting delivered for her tomorrow, which she's going to hate, but tough. My sanity can't take it anymore. Daisy, that's the wire to my recliner on the sofa and the extension cable. Fabulous. Oh, Peter, have you seen that polar vortex coming? So they've put it back to the second week, I think, in March. Yeah, that's good, Kirsty. Hopefully I've got them now too as well. Should last me a while. Polar vortex. Jack, is that what's left of that ball? Where's the squeaker? No idea where that ball came from. Ooh, Dale, what are you doing? Ooh, what have you got on top, Dale? Sam, my old boy. Sam. Hello, son. Really, really intelligent dog. Very quirky dog as well. All my animals seem to be a bit odd. You've got Cheep Cheep, who's just Cheep Cheep. You've got Jack the ball boy. You've got Willow the digger. No, I keep, if I talk too much, Peter, I get really scratchy throat and my chest just doesn't feel right yet. But I mean, it's only a few days since I tested negative, so I'm going to have to behave. That's what I'm going to have to do. I've got a premiere tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I'm trying to find a time that is all right for all time zones. It's a nightmare because we've got people all over the world trying to catch a time. Oh, the dear Sanjay. Jack is 4, coming up 5. He's a stud dog. He earns his living and he enjoys his work. Sam, the black lab, my oldest, he's the biggest sweetheart ever. He has seizures though, and I use CBD to control those, which works really well. And Willow is 6 months old. A right little white live wire is Willow. Not since I was a kid. I had allergic asthma as I was a kid. I used to have a powder inhaler. But it did feel very asthma-y when it hit my chest. How's things with you, Valeria? I am not kicking half a ball, Jack. Go find a new ball. It's nice and warm in the sun. Doesn't look it with all the frost, but it is. The wood pigeons are pairing up and they're starting to nest in the tree over there. You've got a woodpecker over the back. Scott, good evening for you. How are you? You've got t-shirt weather and I've got frost. So there's a pair of, are they in that one or in that one? Pigeons in there. Doing the pigeon thing. Signal, behave. I've got robins all over. The blackbirds are finding their nests. The crows have been flying over with sticks and things in their beaks, so they nest over in the back there. Yeah, John, the problem is very similar to ours. The wood pigeons, they do actually have bands on the tail, and they've got this weird predator escaping device. The feathers are really, 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 really loose. There was a couple that were in cheap jeeps that got in, wanted to share his corn, and he wasn't too happy. And I went to catch one, and I went to grab it, and I grabbed it by its tail, and its feathers, it's like its little knock, all come out. So I'm amazed it could fly, to be honest, like the crows. But it did manage to fly without a tail. Yeah, Kirsty's he's just got a busy day today, so I said I'd come on early. Another hen's laid an egg. There's a pigeon flying up there, look. I had pigeons now. And that giant hedge has 2 or 3 blackbird nests in every year. The chaffinches take the back corner, and you have a few of those in. I know John couldn't believe it. It could fly in a straight line without a tail, but they do. Anywhere that you grab them, the feathers just instantly fall out. To the point that I had one flying up the back, and it just caught my eye flying along there. And it just exploded into a ball of feathers, and a couple of carrion crows were dive bombing it. I've never ever seen the carrions doing that before. They must have been hungry. Oh, and I have a pair of greenfinches nest round about there. Greenfinches are a lovely, lovely little bird. The males are a really yellowy, bright green. The females a lot paler. Adrian, how are you doing? Dale, I love the frosty mornings because you get the clear skies usually here. I can hear that. Not hatch again. So I was looking at my apple trees before. I need to give them a massive haircut. Massive haircut. All those branches that are reaching for the sky all have to go. If you don't cut those back, the tree concentrates on growing rather than putting it into the fruit. Willow, just there, look. You can see her pouncing on that bush. She's pouncing on it, playing with a robin. Mine's always like a mop. There's Cactus. Cactus, you should have a spanner. Have you got a spanner? Sagma, thank you very much for coming in. How are you? How long did you have the marmosets for free ride? They look like so much fun. I could watch those for hours. I'll be walking around with them in my pocket. Peter. Sam's chilled out. Get out. She's now in my... Get out. You leave my bamboo alone. Here, come back with the pigeons, and they're going to go up into the tree just there. So they're nesting somewhere really close to that tree. Hey, Jack. Jack is a fox red lab. All three are labs. They look like a lot of work. Were they? Willow? Willow? She worries me when she disappears that she's gone through the hole next door. That's where she was going. I need to cut some chicken wire and go and fill that gap in that she's been going next door on. Little madam. No, Kirsty, I've never had pigeon. Hey, Jack. Jack, sit. Get down. Sit. Back. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Yes, I know you're sitting down. Right. Kiss your paw. Good boy. Right. Jack, sit. Calm down. Willow, sit. Sit. Sit down. Jack, paw. Good boy. Willow. Madam. I've never known a dog that is so excited and energetic. There's a robin set up there singing up there. I have some songfishes coming as well, but the blackbirds, they rival them singing wise. Georgia, how you doing, Jake? Kirsty, I want to go back up the moors next week. I'm missing the moors. But I'll do a couple of lighter ones at the start of the week just to see what my chest is like, because I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to do it as yet. Chest doesn't feel too great. He is the most handsome young man. Aren't you, Sir Jack? Wait, he's not a young man now, are you? Jack, sit. Jack, I'm not kicking the ball. No, it's not a ball anymore. That is what he's expecting me to kick. I can just sit and listen for hours. Oh, Don, he never stops, ever stops. He gets a bit panicky when people come around. If someone kicks a ball for him, that's it. He remembers it and he expects it every single time that they show up. I do warn people. Hey, Jack. Jack, there's nothing left of it, son. Willow, that was my finger. I thought it would jump the wall then. Yeah, Jake, it's been a frosty start. There's still frost on the ground at the back there. And it's a cool one, but there's a bit of heat in that. It's a mission. Those trees are a sore point. They've had the disease. And because the neighbour hasn't thinned it, if that thing comes down, it's only got branches on this side because it's so thickly populated on that side. Morbid, how are you doing? If that comes down with the winds, it's gonna almost reach the house. It's massive. It'll go through my garden and into next door's, and it'll take my shed out. Oh, I love a turkey, you know. Dirt Road on hers, she's got some beautiful white turkeys. At the town where I go and feed the ducks, someone's abandoned, I think, a beautiful white goosander. She's beautiful. And a Muscovy duck. JC, she feeds some Muscovies, black and white, really tubby and really low ducks with big red headgear on. And they're still there. I'd check out Pizza and the Buddies. Did Silver come in before? Sure, I saw him. I haven't seen him since. Silver, if you're there. Just challenging, is that video up yet? Are you doing it later? If you've not been on challengings, go on, click the bell, and watch for a Thursday drop. I'm all excited for this one. In the lavender yet again. So I've got the top, I need a platform to do that giant hedge. Those conifers have Mr. Magica hair. I need to cut those. This laurel, I need to give a haircut. The 3 apple trees down there, I need to give them a haircut. And behind me, the huge laurels, they need a haircut. I'm going to be busy. I've got lots to do. I need a big can of petrol for my super duper petrol multi-tool thing. 32cc engine, so if you put some wheels on it and rigged it up, you could probably make a little car or a little bike. But I need the power for the branches and things, so I've got to take down. I was up on steps with the big loppers that were about 10, 12 foot long, taking branches out of that corner that were hanging on and touching the shed. Some sycamores, some spruce out of there, and I cut one that was a bit big and it was like 15 foot long. I nearly knocked myself out. So I need to be a bit less eager. I can't help it. That sort of thing I just have to do. Once I get to but the right oh, we've got the robins. We've got 2 robins there. It's sat just on top of that post because I'm on StreamYard, so I can't zoom in. The little robin redbreasts, male and females are both red. Very vocal, very brave little birds. They've got a lot of heart. I've got one follows me around the garden. The other one sat in the apple trees down there. Jack, will you give up? I'm not chucking that bit of ball, Sam. Those trees are actually starting to look more healthy. They did just about drop every single needle. They're a nightmare to clean up after as well. The amount of needles, fill dumpy bags all along the back. But the birds love them. Crows are away to get some nesting materials. The people over there have been trying to get them to stop coming in because you get hundreds of them in those back trees. And they're putting shots up, like shotgun shells, every evening to scare them off. But it's not really working. There's two more coming. Oh, hang on, I need to. Better. Sorry, I was stuck. Sassy, how you doing? Make sure you take your inhalers. Pizza does Mitch dig at the carpet. I had a rabbit that would dig and dig and dig at the carpet. I'll call Margaret. I'll come over, Margaret. I haven't got any notifications. For shorts, I don't get notifications. It drives me mad. John, we'll have the local city is about 13 miles away and it's on the coast, so they have a lot of seagulls. And I was outside a garden merchant, sell turf and topsoil and things, laughing to myself. On top of the roof, they have a big long wire. That's another crow going over with a hawk kite on it, and they're playing out the sounds of a hawk to try and scare the crows or seagulls off. They were sat right next to it. They just did not care at all. Nah, vlogs, nice to see you. Yeah. Oh, Paul, how you doing, Paul? But yeah, it wasn't working. They were trying. They had this big piece of floppy wire with a kite of a hawk on, playing a hawk call, and the seagulls were just sat next to it. It was brilliant. It made me laugh. But owls, fake owls are a good way. Angie, how you doing? Good morning. Got a pheasant over the back. There's a pheasant estate behind me on the opposite side of the Roman Woods. So it's at the end of the shooting season, so the pheasants all just wander out. And I've got a few of them coming through. Yeah, I think the owl decoys are brilliant. They're a really good idea. Another one is get a load of old CDs, tie string to them and hang them in the trees. The hawks don't like the reflection. It puts them off hunting. Yeah, they are. I come from a long line of gamekeepers, John. So I literally had hundreds of thousands of pheasants. They're lovely birds. The cock pheasants are very territorial. They take on cars. Once they've decided an area is theirs, they'll even chase cars and attack cars. It's so funny. Shy at all. Those trees in the background there, those big soon be full of crow nests. Yeah, they'll take on a car. We had one and it would chase the cars and attack the cars for about 30 metres along the road next to the house. Space boots. Who's space boots? I can't see a space boot. Scott, you did a good job getting all that work done. You've done loads. She's looking for bother upon that bank. Bernie, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Lady Doll Vlogs, how are you? Lovely to see you. Thank you, Lady Doll. You're a star. Lady Doll is one lovely lady. Check her out. Very supportive and just lovely. OTW means on the way. They're coming to your channel. Yeah, because I've got all the bird boxes and I feed the birds. Like that table's there to feed the ground feeding birds, like the dummets and blackbirds on the ground to save them from the hawks, because the hawks will just dive bomb them. I have had the hawks slam into the feeders, taking the little birds. They'll take not only the, well, I wish they'd just take the pigeons. They're big, fat and juicy and they're thick. But they seem to love the blackbirds. They hammer the blackbirds. The song thrushes spend a lot of time running around on the ground, listening for worms and digging worms up rather than on the feeders. So they get hit, and they get hit hard, which I hate. They even take the little blue tits. So I feel like a duty of care to protect them a little bit. So put in the apple trees where they hit them, I'll put CDs up. I have hung CDs in that before. I even had bamboo canes in the ground with a long thread of like foil hanging from the end, so the wind is blowing it to keep the hawks off the little running song thrushes. They're rare up here, we don't see many of them. That works, John. So when I hear the jays will come. They're not meant to, but my jays hunt as a family, and they'll go tree to tree to tree to tree, or they'll work all the way along that hedge. So I've got a big piece of plastic duct in that I use to make a fruit cage for my strawberries. I will go and smack that across the ground to put them off. Sniper, how you doing? Sniper is a gamer and he's just brilliant. If you like gaming or just a great chat, go to Snipers. No Sniper for a long time now. That sun's lovely and warm. Don't want to blind you. It's getting quite up. The mornings and the nights are drawing out really quickly at the moment. It's nice to see. Challenging you're in that snow band. Angie, are you at the snow? That rose is meant to be a ball. I need to hit that. Surprisingly, with the birds being there and pooing all over it, it grows really well. This is japonica, and these little bells, little white bell flowers. They're not. Look at her. She's trying to chase a robin. Or is this? I get them mixed up. They turn out into little white flowers. Willow is trying to chase a blackbird. We're going to have words, young lady. I'm hoping that this mint has died off because it's a nightmare. It jumps. I've got it in a trench. There, that should be better. Sorry about that. Thanks, Peter. Look at all those branches pointing to the sky. I'm going to take. This bird box has been hit by squirrels before, so it's got that collar on. But I think the jays have been at it as well. Could be a squirrel, actually. So I'm going to coffee jars, metal, like tin coffee jars. Going to split some open, cut a circular hole in the middle and tack them onto the front of my bird boxes. This one gets hit bad. The scroll has been at that, so that's got that on front, but that's just natural shrinkage. All these branches pointing to the sky, everything you can see, I've got to take off. Oh, got a little bluebird up there. Bluebird, little blue tip, sat in the tree. They nest in here, they take that one. They have that every year. Is it? Who's it hit? I can't see who's it hit, Kirsty. Hang on, 2 secs. There you go, Carol. You've got a spanner now. Sorry about Nightbot. I see all the frost on the ground. And wreckage from Willow. Oh, we've got daffodils nearly out. I bought a bag of 250 daffodils and planted them all out. I've got some clouds. So I put a slit. It's like a stick with a gas bottle on. StreamYard's kicked me out just then. Sorry about that. Hello, my friend from Okinawa. What can I call you from Okinawa? Because I feel ignorant not being able to know your name. Hi, Nantla, how are you doing? So yeah, that bird box, I put a slit open on it because of a wasp nest. I kind of set fire to it. I squirt in gas from the weed burner and then kind of torch it. Gets rid of the wasps really, really quickly, but I kind of went a bit far with that one and I had to replace the front. No, Angie, it's mine. They're messing around putting fibre broadband in, and at the minute, it's crap. They're, I don't know what they're doing that's interfering with normal. Minamoshina, I'm going to have so much trouble saying your name. Minaminoshima. I can't say. My friend Fanakanoa, can I call you Mina? Because I will get really tongue-tied with your name. I'm sorry, I sound so ignorant. Really ignorant. Hopefully those greenfish come back in that corn. The chicks are so sweet. And I also have, it's 9 p.m. You're in the future. You're in the future from us. The chicks are lovely. I also have little siskins, tiny little bright yellow birds with a black head. And I have a family of those, so I'm hoping they're here again this year. They're quite brave, like the robins are. Just listening to them all. How's things, Iron? I'm not blinding you with that sun. Oh, I'll get you inhalers then, Kirsty. Something's actually stolen. A fat ball. I can't believe something's stolen a fat ball. Can't be Willow. She can't reach up there. Put them the fat balls out. Mick, how you doing? Oh, nice one, Mick. Hope it goes okay. It's hard listening to the birds when you've got 3 dogs around your feet. There we go, Daisy. Daisy's a star. Willow is practicing her quest to dig to Dales. I think she's burying things. She's collecting and burying. That's good, Kirsty. Take it as to tell you so about the sun. I'm going to move you that way. Aren't they weird? And I've got the roses of hell to trim back. I keep looking at them thinking, oh, that huge one needs to be cut back down to the ground. That's about 7 foot maybe. It's this one that's a nightmare. That's over 12, 15 foot. And the spines on it are horrible. There's a lilac rose in there. Very unusual colour. You don't normally get a lilac. Which is budding up already. I hope it's not too early because of the weather that we've got coming in. And now that they've reseeded, I can take the stems off the foxgloves. I've got loads of foxgloves. I've got a wild flower area down the back that I need to go and shake some foxglove seeds in. And I've got some Russian sage as well. Yeah, it's been, we had a frost, so it's been under freezing, but that sun's quite nice and warm. And I love the frosty mornings that we get with the frosts, the beautiful skies. And look at all that. Just moss everywhere. They are teeny tiny little roses that have 3 flowers on them. They're so pretty. I've got loads of spring flowers in here. I've got tulips, daffodils, crocus. Digger, how you doing? Oh, I ended up covered in rose thorn holes in my hands. I had one stuck in my hair the last time I attempted it. I need to work a stand out. I'll run a live roses. I've got loads of azaleas. I love them. They're a nice mid-spring flower. Ah, they're opening up. I love crocuses. Absolutely love them. Some little yellow ones, and then you've got primulas. Oh heck, what was that I stood on? These have actually self-seeded along here. And I've got tulips. I've got loads of tulips, but they tend to come out a lot later. Ah, look at this. I was taking photos of this last year. I can't remember what it's called, but it. Dad, good morning. How you doing, Dad? Love that trail of clouds. It's still going. It's like a spine, but there's nothing at the back there. It's Hebe. It's starting to bud, come out. And these is another Daphne. And they're white. It's just a little ball of white. Oh my God, that's growing right up in there. Aubrietta. This is one of my favourite flowers. The regular ones are like a blue, and they trail this whole wall. But I've got white and I've got reds as well. So I started off 4 years ago with that patch on that wall, patch there, and this patch here. And I've been collecting the seeds every year, every spring, every autumn, and reseeding it. So the whole length of the wall now has Aubrietta along the side. I love them. Sounds like definitely sounds like it's laid an egg. And it's time to clear the greenhouse out as well. Yeah, cactus I have, and they're budding up nicely as well. Last year they had that much fruit on the branches were on the ground. These two here, every branch was on the ground on this front side. Blackcurrant as well, but I hate them with a passion. I can't stand the smell. It is revolting. So they're up at the back. They are pretty. They're up there. And this thing, I've been waiting since autumn for whatever these flowers are going to be to open up, and they haven't. I found this plant growing on the front, and I've got no idea what it is. It's like a hairy stem, like a kiwi fruit. It's not a kiwi, they're a vine plant. This is a tree. You see the hairs? Really unusual. The hairs on the bottom. I want them to open up. If they're going to open up, that is the question. Be nice to see if they do. But everything's waking up. This, I've got no starting to put up. My magnolias, I love magnolias. Beautiful, beautiful trees. And my cherry blossom, I've got 2 cherry blossoms. I've got a black cherry blossom. RCA, thanks for coming in. Where did I put those wires from Willow? I need to splice them and attach them back to the sofa. It's my garden, my friend from Okinawa. Ooh. I've got so much work to do, Dan. I've got so much to do. Too late. Here I have huge lupins. I've got a few different coloured lupins. I like more of the old cottage garden flowers. So I've got some quite traditional ones, gladiolus, lupins, lilies. I've got a lot of lilies. I also need to dig those bulbs up and take off the young. Backyard life, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. This is the wildlife flower patch I've got. Oh, we're getting a lot of flowers in. Oh, there's my robin. My robin's just flew in and landed there. But something's being at it again. Oh, yeah, I'm not. Hang on. Oh. Paradox, thanks for coming in. I'll just be 2 seconds. No, sorry about that. I had to come inside. Mick, hope it goes okay. You sure are. It's the only way to be in it, Mick. My battery's going to I'll just come and nick inside. Yes, I might do that. I was going to set where I feed the birds every day. Charge my phone to open doors, which is fun. Yeah, I should maybe do that. Charge the other phone up. I'm not the greatest at that. That's my plan. I did it last year and I was going to do it again. Set the phone up on the feeders and watch the birds coming in. I actually got on camera a robin fly straight to the phone to perch on it, which knocked it flying. Make a nice one. Get the nurse on the job. Dilbar, how you doing? Stormy, all right. Stormy, look at this. Willow's latest. That's the extension cable and that's the wire from my electric recliner sofa. Time to get home and chill, Stormy. So I've got that wire spliced back together. Thank you, Willow. The electric was off on the sockets downstairs this morning when I got my cuppa, so all right. Went and put it on the fuse box, came back, went to put the recliner up, as I do every morning, and it wouldn't work. So I thought, oh, the wire's been pulled out the socket. Oh, no, it was in 3 pieces. Yeah, Jack and Willow. Sam, the old man, just dottering around. He has mad, wild 5 minutes all day long. But those two just don't stop. Yeah, I feed mine too. I feed them all. If you feed the birds, you're meant to feed them all. Sam, get off. He's pulling my, he's doing a Willow. He's pulling my bamboo out of the water bucket. I got a couple of bamboo stems. So I've just got them sat in there just to let them sprout some roots. And they're actually doing really well. I can put them in the ground soon. I've got a couple of woodpeckers. I wish I had things as exciting as cardinals and honey flycatchers. I'd love hummingbirds. But we don't have anything like that in the UK, not in the wild anyway. Sean, how you doing? But the summertime actually costs me more food-wise than the winter because the adults are bringing in the chicks to show them a food source. So instead of 2 parents, I have maybe 3, 4 chicks on top of that as well. It gets expensive, but it's just the parents teaching the chicks where to come for some extra food. There's another hen laid an egg. Crows are in and out from next door. There's Willow chasing a blackbird. She doesn't let the pigeons land on the ground for about... Why is it gone? Got a hawk. It's gone quiet. Paradox, I love robins. I've got a few pairs and I love them. Yes, they run around all day long. They'll find things to chew. Willow, what have you got? Willow's got a little rubber ball. Sam's got a bone. And Jack's pinched the ball back. Yeah, do you know what, Sean? I've got some red dogwood. And I pulled it all up because it was just taken over where it was. And I must have missed a tiny little bit of root. And the growth of it is unreal. But I've got a patch at the top. It's chasing that robin again. That it can go in and it can stay there all by itself. There's a bed where I moved an azalea, a big azalea bush. so it can go up there and just do its own thing. That's my plan with the bamboo. Mint as well. Mint is a nightmare. I've got that in a trench that's lined with pond liner to try and keep it controlled, but it's actually jumping 2 foot over it and growing roots through. You all right, ES3? How you doing? So that's fun. I've constantly got to attack mint. It's a nightmare. I cut it into a hedge. There's that much of it. I grow it into a hedge. But I have to trim that hedge every 3 or 4. Ah, there we go. Hopefully it's going to come this way. I've got a buzzard, a big adult buzzard on the thermals. Now I've watched. There we go. Mr. Buzzard. Now, Buzzard is scouting out my chickens. It can do one. Mr. Buzzard, go away. Thank you. There, it's going off. No, it's not. Yeah, you should just be able to see it. It's flying thermals. It's been having a look at my chickens. Caught a buzzard on the ground, the size of a turkey, walking around my chicken pens. The mint just grows crazy, Jenny. I'll show you. The buzzards are pretty much the biggest bird of prey. I have this trench I've got lined with pond liner. I did have tomatoes in it. I put the pond liner in to try and conserve water, feeding tomatoes, but we've got some young mint there. This is the issue. I'll show you from this side. It gets to a height and then it jumps the pond liner. Sorry about that, my phone died, so I've had to come on the iPad. That was a mission and a half. Oh, StreamYard behave. There, I'm back. I'm on the iPad. Lucas, how you doing? There, back in the room. The battery died on me, so I just had to come and log into StreamYard and get a code on the iPad. So yeah, that mint is a nightmare. It's escaped where it's meant to be. Frank, how you doing? You're a star. Oh, you should see what she's done, Lucas. What was the wire? My chair, recliner, an extension cable have been willowed, which is a nightmare. Mercy, my battery died. Sorry about that. Sam's just wandering. Willow's having 5 minutes rest chewing on her own. She's got all her adult teeth now, so hopefully she'll stop chewing. Cass, how you doing, chick? Came on early. Secret's busy today, so came on early. Can I zoom in? No, I can't. For whatever reason, it won't let me zoom in. I know it does for some people. So, right, people, I'm gonna have to go and get this phone charged and ring my mum. She was trying to ring us before and get some jobs done. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks everyone for coming in, but it's an unexpected early one. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks everyone, I'll see you soon.